I won't complain. But the more interesting fights are definitely the ones where it's down to the wire, if you ask me.
Well,
You
that's
know, occasionally tearing through people is also fun.
I mean the whole thing with because we're still playing fifth edition. We're not playing 2024 yet, and so
Hmm.
everything is still balanced around. Oh, have this many encounters per day, but we've never done that.
Not
Oh
really.
yeah, yeah.
We've
No.
That's
never
a lot
done
of
that.
work.
It is
Now they say don't do that. They just
Yeah.
say like, oh, do whatever.
well. I mean, it's just it doesn't make any sense. Like even for like
Yeah.
an adventuring team, like what kind of world do you live in where you're gonna have 5 fights in one day?
Violent life
It's
do you live? Yeah, maybe if you're in
when
a
it's
war, if you're a
dungeons.
soldier.
Maybe.
But
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's
Like
it's
maybe
when
if
it's
you.
dungeons, like where
right,
it's room based. You go
very
in, you take out
traditional D and
everybody in
D.
the room, you move on.
Yeah,
Well,
but
the
Right,
not
closest.
everything is a dungeon.
Not
right.
The
everything's a
closest.
dungeon.
Well, the
Anything
closest
can
we.
be anything with multiple doors can be a dungeon. You just need to expand your mind, George.
Now
The
Fill it
clo-
with
there was a
dungeon.
time in second edition where that was I mean everything was a dungeon pretty much.
Mhm.
Uh,
I mean you'd go
Well,
overland every now and then, but for the most part everything was a dungeon.
the
you go over
closest we've
lands to
ever.
get to other dungeons.
Well, the closest we've ever had to like a multiple encounter thing per day was when basically when we had that thing with the going after let's see.
Oh, the Crimson
The
Elves. I think I know what
No,
you
no,
mean.
no, 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 not
That
those
city.
guys. It was basically when we went after the terror in the first campaign, and basically going into where we were on the ship, then those
Oh,
guys.
yeah, that sort of
Yeah,
gauntlet fight at the end when we were fighting
yeah,
terror.
and
That
it
was actually
basically
pretty cool. But I wouldn't call that
yeah.
a dungeon.
Well, no, I mean, but I'm talking about like the idea of having like multiple like it wasn't
Multiple
like multiple
encounters. Yeah,
encounters a
you're right.
session, but it was like multiple encounters a day, like in that because it's all within a certain time
That's
frame.
true.
Yeah,
When you guys had
yeah.
your final fight against the terror, it
Out to
was
Fui, yeah,
yeah, it was
yeah,
it
all that
was
stuff.
it was kind of yeah, I was staggered. I mean like because you guys like had to get there on the boat
Mm-hmm.
and you had to fight when you got
Tallow.
to
Yeah,
Commander
Commander
Tallo's
Tallow.
ship. You had a big fight there, and some of those zombie pirates were actually hitting y'all pretty hard.
Yeah.
Those
Mm-hmm.
zombie pirates, by the way, were veterans, reskinned
Yeah.
veterans.
A
But
classic. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will say we were talking briefly about 2024. Some of the stat blocks have come out for the new for what's going to be in it. The pirate creature. It's actually pretty cool. They got some good stuff in here. I'm pretty excited for
Hope
it.
they play around with like new design space and stuff.
They seem to be not just that. They seem to take a lot more of a clear design, a clear focus on how to run a monster. An interesting part, I was watching a YouTube video on it, which has some details, but like, so a succubus is like CR4, but you wouldn't be able to tell by its stat block because it has like one D6 plus 3 swing, and it has a medium, and it has a charm as an action, or it has the draining kiss as an action. Now, succubus has multiple punches and can like bonus action dominate person. So
That's
it's
a bit
pretty.
spicier. Yeah.
It's making these like a lot easier for the DM to play, and I think that's really good. Also, the mage, the CR6 mage, my favorite stat block in the system, not just has Cone of Cold still, but now it has three 3d10 force bolts at +6 to attack. That's crazy good. And it's
Cone
still
of
the same CR. So
Cold.
the stat blocks are getting harder even as the
Sort
players
of like
get better.
catching up with the players, being a
Yes,
little more
the
tough.
mage's HP doubles from 40 to 81, and it's still the same stat block. That's why I'm so angry that they don't have
The
the
CR
symbol.
calculator. Yeah.
Yes, I'm so angry. Like, what are you
There are no
doing?
rules anymore, apparently.
Yes, there's no rules, and yeah. It's just terrible, terrible. I'm excited. Well, like goodness.
Okay. See here.
Yeah,
I do just like how much they staggered the release of like the Dungeon Master
I
Guide,
am so
the
angry.
handbook,
You
and
can't. I
Monster
can't do
Manual.
anything with
Like you,
it. I
the
you kind
new
of need
edition is technically not
all
out yet.
three.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do anything. I'm running the Heart of Stone, the supplement adventure from Keith Baker. That's designed for 2024. and it's okay. But like, I'd rather utilize whatever new rules these guys are, because they're utilizing old like creature calculations, all that. All right. Anyway, so sorry I cut you guys off.
No, you're good.
It's on
You're good.
subject at least. Better than the
Yes.
normal tangents we run off on.
All right, whose turn is it to do the recap?
So you can continue talking. Alex's turn.
Yes, I love the sound of my own voice. Well, last time on the Annals of Levis, it's a pretty brief description after our victory over Noroko. We took a little bit of a rest and start heading back across the Heretic Valley. Going to I can't hold on, wait, I'm gonna find the name. Don't tell me. Heretic Valley. Heading back to Zambar. Perfect. Heading back to Zambar atop 2 bronze dragons.
Yeah, Patoro and Janosch.
Yes. Heading back on 2 of them. As we were crossing past Heshaman, we were assailed by a sudden sandstorm. Now, we crash landed, rendering the dragons unconscious, but we were attacked by Kazi in a sandstorm form, and he beat the crap out of us. Looks like he was trying to do his last mad fight to try and defeat us, but he was not successful. With a very rough fight where you can see a lot of us are barely alive, we were able to defeat him. It was very close, but Kazi's sandstorm form was defeated, and Kazi now lay dead. I believe we grabbed the slippers of the.
Well, I think we were in the process of about to search his body.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you guys
we
have.
were
We were in the process of searching him. Yeah.
We
I
were
think-
about to run him for his J's.
I think the first thing you guys did was cut his head off.
We did cut his head off. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was also
Yeah.
an important step.
All right, so we will. Hang on just a second here. Let's. Here we go. So, you have Vitoro and Janosch, your dragon escort, who are currently unconscious and laying on the desert floor. As you remember, the massive sandstorm that turned out to be Dune's Lord Kazi actually smoked them out of the air and caused them to strike the ground very violently. Before you is the body of Hassan Kazi, who now looks like Morgan. Looks, more or less like you saw him previously,
Yeah, minus
On
the head.
minus the head. Yeah, and the pieces of turret over here, of course.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
rest in peace. F.
It's okay. I can rebuild him.
All right, so who is doing what?
I like looking on dead people's body for things, so I'd like to do that.
I'll spend a spell slot to revive Tart. We're resummoning him back to full health.
All right, I'm going to delete him and I'll let you drag him back on there.
Yay, will do.
Okay.
All right, so who was searching Hassan?
I would like to search the dead guy.
Okay. So, the first thing you find, Morgan, is a swollen coin pouch. And you open that up and you guesstimate there's probably at least 5,000 gold in there.
Nice. At least 5,000. We'll count it later, but
At least.
Okay.
Yeah. You find also in there, mixed in with the gold, are 5 potions.
interesting. Pretty good.
Do you want to try to find out what they are, or do y'all just?
All right.
Well,
Well,
you're just like, okay.
there
potions,
was
whatever.
specific stuff I was waiting for, but if that's all I find so
Well,
far, then
this is we're gonna get to that stuff.
yeah.
All right. So, yeah. Does anyone want to try to test the potions with their thumb and see if they can discern what they are?
Give me a second. Let me take a look.
By the way, I'm not crazy about this rule in D&D.
What?
Oh,
the
about taste and test.
Yeah,
Taste testing.
yeah. I'm not crazy about the taste testing potions thing. I've never really been
Just say they all
for it.
taste terrible.
I think it's for particular groups. If you wanted to run it where potions are a lot more important, and a lot more like you gotta manage the resources and all that, then yeah, I could see having to hold it identify for it.
I feel like honestly the potions would be whoever had the potions to begin with, because usually you're getting them after you've killed somebody.
Typically.
Mhm.
If you unless you're buying them, but even if you're buying them, it feels like they would be labeled.
Right, you would think they would label something like an alchemist who spends like hours grinding ingredients, distilling, titrating, fucking making compounds and stuff. You'd think they would label it when they were done.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The FDA would have a field day. That's all I'm
Yep.
saying.
But
Mhm.
yeah, if anybody wants to, they can taste test the potions. And
One of
Sounds
these is just
good.
going to be
I
like a
taste
bottle of
test the
Sprite.
potion.
I will say this: I was thinking about this today, and I meant to tell y'all before. That was the thing I was thinking about that I forgot before we played. I was like, it feels like there was something I wanted to tell you guys. We are going to switch to that rule where if you want to use your full action to take the healing potion, you get the full benefit.
Oh, okay.
Explain full benefit.
So let's say you have let's say you have a greater healing potion. Okay. So
Okay.
you take your action rather than use your bonus action. You take your full action to take the potion, right? So instead of rolling it, you're going to take 20.
Oh, so you just get the maximum if
Yeah,
you
Yeah, you
take
get
a
the
just
full
max,
you just
action.
get the
but it has
max.
to be an action,
But it
not
has
a
to
bonus.
take your action. It cannot be a
Okay.
bonus action.
Interesting.
Probably fine, because when we're doing if we're sipping a potion, we're usually going for the full effect. Or if we're just healing, like usually not bonus action selfing a potion unless you're about to die.
Unless
Now,
you're
Yep.
in my circle.
now that
Unless you're in the friendship circle.
that just goes for healing potions because I can't think of any other potions where you have to roll after you take the potion.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that healing potion might be the only one.
So yeah, it pretty much just applies to healing potions. Everything else is still going to be just a bonus action.
Okay.
Noted. So from henceforth, if we take a healing potion, we have the option to use an action and gain the maximum amount of health we could. If we use a full action to drink
It makes it an opportunity cost.
No, I
Because
like it,
I mean,
especially since it's only a plus at this point.
because stuff is hitting y'all so hard now that because of your success and leveling up in power, you're fighting much more powerful things that are pummeling you, and it kind of makes you think. It's like, well, do I want to? We got to keep
Mhm.
damaging this thing, but by God, if I don't take my healing potion, I'm not going to
Mhm.
be around next round.
Yep. Got
That
it.
kind of
Yep.
thing. So it
Okay.
makes you puts a little more thought into it, I guess.
Mhm.
So we are definitely going to do that going forward from now, starting today.
Okay.
That's a new house rule. All
Cool.
right. So whoever's tasting the potions,
There are 5.
there are 5.
Shall taste them.
All right.
What's a 16 get me? Just don't. I really hope you're colorblind today.
No. I'm not making. You don't have to roll for it.
Oh, okay, sounds good.
And this is what you find. You find 2 potions of supreme healing, 2 potions of superior, and a potion of speed.
Nice.
Also called cocaine.
Yep.
Let's see. I say that our healer. No.
Please no.
You're good.
I mean, I use a lot of my healing potions, but
I think everyone did after Noroko, honestly. I think
Alright,
anyone
who doesn't have a healing
probably
potion? Could we check to see if Brynjar has a potion of greater healing?
I think most of you have access to Brynjar's sheet by now.
Sheet at this point,
Me.
yes.
but I don't want it. No, thank you.
All right, let's see here. I'll look and see if he's got anything left. Lockwood.
He's got fire giant potion. He probably could have, pulled that earlier. He does not have. Oh, he is. He is out of superior potions.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think giving him one would be good. He has a lot of health sustain, but a little bit extra goes a long way on him.
I honestly just I'll heal myself and others if I'm low on health.
All right, I will drag a supreme healing potion into his thing.
I think take one as a precaution, because there might be a point where enemies are casting silence or counterspell and stuff, and you need a way to keep yourself alive. One in the back pocket's good.
I have 2 potions of healing.
Okay, so you have a little bit of healing.
Yes.
Also, I just gave George that idea, so
Yeah,
if that happens later, not my fault.
I just wrote it down.
I say that whoever doesn't get a supreme healing potion should get a superior healing potion. So, I say.
Why don't we give you take one? Brynjar
Alright.
takes one for Dave, one for Morgan, I guess. I'll take the lower one, the superior, I guess.
That means, yeah.
I will take a supreme.
And Morgan, do you want the speed, or who should have the speed? Should Bryn?
Morgan's already pretty quick. I think maybe Brynjar, because
So-
target access is important for Brynjar. He needs
So,
to be able
yeah.
to get to something and whack the shit out of it.
Yeah, so he could especially that because that gives him an extra action on top of that. So
Everyone else can attack from a distance, while Brynjar is kind of limited in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I think that's fair. So Brynjar
Okay.
gets the potion of speed.
All right, somebody want to drag that over there?
I will do it.
And then you can all add 1,000 gold.
Yep, Morgan will distribute the gold equitably. Because he's nice.
Very nice.
Sometimes. So I'll take one superior healing potion. Wow, it's the only fucking potion I have. But it's the only one I need. It's more than enough.
There you go. So
Morgan was able to
I
avoid
got,
most
just
damage.
confirming, I got the supreme, and
I think Dave should get the other supreme, and Brynjar should get the superior, the other superior.
okay.
Because Brynjar has access to a lot of self-healing, and I think Dave, until we get him better armor, will probably need some
Okay,
healing.
so Dave's gonna go ahead and get add that to his
Brynjar gets
list.
superior then.
Okay. All right.
Distributed.
Fantastic. And you have your supreme.
Oh, I have a supreme. Cool. I can do that.
Okay. And again, it's a superior potion of healing, not the right.
Oh wait, we have 4. There's 5 of us. Oh wait,
Yeah.
no, there's yes,
I
there are
have
5
There's
of us.
4.
So you're good.
2 small ones. I don't need.
Yeah, Pyra said she didn't want one.
Just so it's on my account, I'll keep it at 0.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, you can just re-add if need be. Cool, fantastic, and 1,000 GP to each of us.
Don't forget to report that on your taxes later.
Oh yeah, definitely going into my taxes.
You see,
So-
I get over that by just donating to the church.
Ah, there you go.
And by donating, I mean I give them all my money.
Mm-hmm.
So I think at
All right.
one point last time, or it was maybe the session before last, I think somebody had rolled a medicine check on the dragons.
I think right after we
Oh.
crash landed, perhaps.
Let's
I
take.
think-
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it determined they were knocked out,
yes.
but not like
Yeah,
permanently.
they were unconscious, but like they were out of the fight.
Yes,
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 that's what we
okay.
confirmed.
they were still alive. They just weren't going to be waking up anytime soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it okay if I roll another medicine check to see how they're doing now and see if I can do anything to speed up the process of them waking
Yeah.
up?
Yeah, you can totally roll a medicine check if you want to.
Wonderful.
Put them in the recovery position.
Wonderful.
Yeah, put them in the recovery position. With a 14, you can definitely tell that they are still alive. And oh, hey, speaking of being
Hey.
alive, it's Lockwood. Lockwood's here.
Hey,
I didn't work today, so it completely threw off everything, and I spaced everything.
You could have just taken
worries.
the out and be like, "Wow, work went a little long today. Sorry, guys."
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna lie about it.
He
Okay.
was committed to the mistake at least. It's good.
All good. You didn't miss
Alright.
much.
Yeah, we're pretty much just getting sorted from last time right now. So
We
Oh,
started
wonderful.
distributing the loot. You have received a potion of superior healing and a potion of speed and 1,000 gold, but I think we already took care of that for you. It's on your sheet.
Mhm.
I do believe
I appreciate that.
for you.
So Pyre, You can definitely tell that the two dragons are still alive. You would think that the best way to help them would be to heal them.
Thing I can do.
Where are we gonna find a healer in the middle of the desert?
I will.
If you, I'll say this: if you don't heal them, you would think it will be at least 3 hours before either one of them starts to rouse.
I will start for cure wounds. Is that enough, or do I need to do higher?
It's whatever you want to do.
Nice. Let's.
You also have your channel divinity, I think.
Yeah, I do have a channel divinity.
That heals for 5 times your level, I think. As long as it doesn't raise them above half hit points.
Ooh.
And you get it back per short rest. So it's a pretty big heal for
I would
emergency
like to
uses.
use my channel divinity then. How do I roll that? Do I just roll the spell at 5 times its level casting?
No, it's just. Let me just go
Just to make sure I do that right.
classes.
Let me look at your character sheet.
And we're gonna go to Life Cleric. Reserve life. 5 times your cleric level. So what's your cleric level? Times 5. And there you go.
Oh,
So 13 times 5. It'd be 65.
65.
65.
There you go. And you can give hit points back to both of them up to half their total. So I just say split it down the middle. Someone gets 33.
So it's kind of like lay on hands.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. He will get the more, he will get the less.
There you go.
Okay, so how are you splitting them up?
33 for Portoro and 32 for Jam.
For Janosch?
Janos.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
If it helps, think of Peter McNichol in Ghostbusters 2. His character was Janosch Poha.
Mhm.
Is a Polish name, Janosch.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right, Poland confirmed in our game. No, I'm kidding.
Yep.
So they gradually start to come around Pyre, and you can tell they're a little groggy, a little stiff, but they raise up, on their front legs, while resting back on their back legs, and they're stretching out their wings, trying to stretch out the stiffness. And Patoro, the older one, looks at you and says, "What was that? What happened to us? Thank you for administering aid to us." And he kind of looks around, like because nobody answers him.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Wait, no. Hey. I'm talking.
Damn.
Fair enough, laddie. Lassie.
I don't know if a worm killer should be negotiating with the worms.
No, I was just going to ask him if they need a refreshment or anything like that. And obviously they need some nourishment.
Like, really, I was talking?
Okay.
So, Chesh, it's all good. I'm happy to help. I'll always be here to help. That was Hassan Kazi. And as I point to the headless body, we took care of him.
And he looks a little confused, and he's like, that massive storm, that was Hassan Kazi?
Using weird magic where he was big. It was like he was big and he was all made of sand. Weird, scary face.
Unfortunately, our strength calls on powerful enemies.
I see. Well, give us a moment to sort of get our bearings, and then we will abide with whatever you wish. If you wish to return immediately back to Zambar, we can, or if you wish to rest for the night before then, we can do that as well.
More healing. I will.
Yeah, I'm thinking a rest would be good.
Yep.
I am spent.
Brynjar's
Um,
sitting on 14 hit points.
I think we should go because I don't like being in the middle of the desert that much.
Yeah, Zambar is pretty close.
Zambar's pretty close.
Sleeping in a
And
bed after a shower sounds pretty good.
and we'll be in a guarded border, so it's safer than out in the desert.
Slightly.
Plus, there's a bunch of sand in our clothes, and basically, and then parts are unmentionable, and we need to get it out right away because it chafes.
So, Morgan,
Yeah.
as you continue searching Hassan Kazi's body, when his head got cut off, the first thing you noticed was a necklace that had been around his neck, and
As
then
Morgan was the only one who saw the father's tears before, is this what we're looking for?
that would be the tears of the daughter, not the tears of the father.
I know it's say different, but all right.
Hang on, you know what? It's been so long. I may have that confused. I don't want to give
Consult
you guys.
the archive.
I don't want to give you guys
Father.
incorrect lore. Hang on.
This is the wrong ancient artifact. Throw
no,
it away.
it is the father's tears. You're right.
I remember Tears of the Father.
Yep.
And then it was the sandals were the daughter.
And so the necklace is actually gold, and
Oh.
it has large sapphires hanging from it.
Yeah, Morgan will pick up the necklace and eye it. Looks like we hit pay dirt, boys.
And then
And fire.
you notice also the ornate sandals that he is wearing,
Oh.
which are also of interest. They are a deep tan and sandy color, like a kind of a mix.
Interesting. Well, I'll pop those off too. Unbuckle them and steal his shoes. Not the first time Morgan's stolen the dead guy's shoes in this campaign. Probably won't be the last.
You guys, you guys are
Well,
notorious.
you stole his soul, so I don't think he cares much about his shoes.
I didn't get his soul, unfortunately, but
You guys,
Oh,
you guys are notorious clothes thieves. Last campaign, you stole Buck Lawless's hat.
he had a
Yeah.
cool hat, though. You mentioned his hat.
He did have a cool hat.
We did steal the Dreadlord Shred's hat as well.
Yes, he had a fancy hat. It was a werewolf with a top hat.
Yeah.
Lockwood. Very much like a Worgen from Warcraft. Because they're all, hoity-toity. They're like fancy werewolves.
By any chance, does he have the rest of his journal on him? Because we've found some pages here and there.
He does have a journal on him. Now, here's the thing: whoever reads the journal is going to have to read the journal entry out loud.
I'll do it. My
Okay.
reading skills are above average, I'd say.
All right. Here is his journal. Well, here's the most recent entry in his journal.
I have suffered enough at the hands of these meddling Western interlopers. They are far more capable and burdensome than I anticipated. With the loss of my Blue Dragon allies, a tactical move I did not anticipate, I see I now must become more powerful. I will therefore free the mighty Dune lords of old and cast my lot with them, and promise their spirits a seat at the table for when I have freed Chorus II, and the heretic king heals this land with his black breath. Interesting. This do I swear unto Peleos Kasan, death to my enemies. Should I fall, may the Dune Lords avenge me 1,000 times.
Lords.
I've read better. I've read worse prose, to be honest.
So, Wormkiller Dave and Taj,
Yep.
you guys can make history checks. Anyone else who wants to make a history check, you can, but you do so at disadvantage.
Oh,
why not?
okay. Here,
Oh, I have history for
let me
you.
sheet up here. History.
Jesus, Rick.
Yeah, dude, Morgan's just
Oh.
a skill monkey, man.
Being a disadvantage wasn't fun.
All right, so
Oh, I rolled a. Oh,
I know, it's
It was
sad.
a disadvantage.
Worm killer.
Imagine the guy who has no idea. He's like, well, wait a minute. One time in this
Wait a minute.
ancient book.
I remember that chick in the bar last time.
Right?
All right. So, Pyre and Morgan and Taj. Pyre, this is indeed stuff that you have overheard in Zambar. Same with you, Morgan. Taj, you have heard this handed down from your people and their stories and traditions. So the Dune Lords are almost like an urban legend. They are very, or the legend goes, supposedly they are or were very powerful individuals, mages, warriors, but they sort of banded together and formed their own sort of social class. And this was around the time that Chorus II was still in power. And so they were the first to sort of stand against Chorus II because they wanted to usurp his power. They wanted to find a way to draw it away from, for their own.
Interesting.
So the fact that you have taken out Kazi and Kazi references these individuals, you do need the level. Lockwood, we didn't do it this week, so we'll have to do it next week.
Otherwise, you lose the level and you have to level up again.
So you would think that either him talking about them in his journal would mean that they are in fact real, and he refers to their spirits. So you don't know if he's talking about like he's been making deals with them while they're dead or what's going on, or if he's just crazy.
Morgan, being a fellow person who talks to spirits and can manipulate them, he will think maybe in the end, Kazi and Morgan weren't so different. As I continue rifling through his pockets. Well, looks at least we know where he got his scary sand powers. But we found Tears of the Father and the Steps of the Sand. We got the full set, boys, and Pyre.
As you say that, who has the bag with the chains of Noroko? Who has that bag of holding?
think
That
Brynjar
would
does,
be
right?
Brynjar, actually.
Yes.
Brynjar, you can see that the bag is starting to rattle.
Guys,
And Taj, you're wearing the robes of Thulmo.
Yes.
They are starting to pull towards the necklace and the sandals.
Sandals?
Yeah, the sandals.
Oop.
I'm just gonna try and start backing up away from it.
Morgan has
Yeah,
it, so you
same.
need to back up from Morgan.
Yeah. That's interesting.
So
what are they supposed to do again when they come together?
Release Chorus the Second.
Oh yeah, yeah. How about it?
well,
So how?
now
I'll let you go ahead.
you've been told that that to open up the tomb, the vault that is currently imprisoning Chorus II, that you have to use all these for artifacts. Taj, give me an Arcana check. So Taj, you would take away with only a 17. Jesus. That these things, now they're all together, they want to join, and using your artificer's know-how, you would think that they want to combine into a key.
Voltron.
Not the same, but yeah, also kind of the same.
Be hesitant to let these come together fully. We're trying to make it so a lock is never unlocked. This is trying to make the key.
So we should keep these apart then. Pyre or Dave, take the Air Jordans, and I'll hold the slippers out to them.
I will
Oh.
go over and I'll take them.
I'll keep this little beauty on me, and he'll put the necklace over his head.
All right.
And we make sure we don't get no group hugs for a while. All right.
Yeah. 5 feet away at all times. See how far we are right now? This far away.
So, do you guys want to take a short rest, or
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna go back.
it's up to y'all?
I think
I mean, Brynjar is only sitting at 14 hit points, but
Okay, so then let's do a short rest and then go back.
That sounds good to me.
reasonable.
Okay.
all right. So you guys decide to take a short rest. Taj, make an Arcana check as you examine the other two. I think from now on, instead of wasting spell slots with Identify, well, I think I'll just let it go by with an Arcana check.
For me.
All right. So
Smart check.
a new house rule. All right.
All right.
So Taj, and that makes Arcana even more important.
I'm glad I took expertise in it.
So, Taj, you could tell that the Father's Tears and the Steps of the Sands, as you recall, the sandals were called, are indeed magical items.
Uh-huh.
And here is what you deduce that the Father's Tears can do. And here is what you deduce that the Steps of the Stands can do.
Hey, now Pyre has double fire resistance.
The Father's Tears are interesting. Definitely be helpful for in a way. They aren't necessarily going to be breaking any banks, but Steps to the Sands. Wow. Okay. Cool. Well, I can definitely see why these were important.
Oh, hey,
Regardless
speaking of
their-
exhaustion, I just realized after reading Father's Tears, we all had exhaustion from the Kazi effect, so all the checks would have been a disadvantage, but I guess there's no point going back already. We'll just remember that going forward.
Remember that going forward.
Let's short rest this bad boy.
Yeah. I'll
I'll
I think
attune to the
everyone did a lot
necklace.
of hit dice already. I'll start doing mine.
All right, so Morgan is attuning to the necklace.
Father's Tears.
Everyone get one. Who has the chains?
Brynjar, but you haven't deduced what they do yet.
All right,
I'll use some hit dice.
let's get a look see at it. Let's get a look see.
All right, so you reach into the bag and take a look at the chains. You know, reach into the bag, look into the bag, kind of turn them around. You don't really pull them out of the bag. It's 500 pounds of chain.
I'm just gonna pull the rope around my waist tight that holds the rope together. Make sure it doesn't fly off me. Trying to go and touch the chains.
Hey, I'm topped off.
Investigate.
So you would deduce that the chains don't have, and this is just using that same Arcana check you made earlier.
Yeah.
The chains don't actually have any kind of inherent magical properties, like like a magic item would.
Got it.
But they do seem to have properties of something that could be used for extraplanar magic.
Not of this world,
They're
maybe.
like binding chains.
More like what's the best way? More like commutation.
Like,
I.e. getting from one place to another.
oh, conjuration. Cool.
No, not conjuration, commutation.
Commuting.
Or commuting, yeah.
Commuting,
Interesting.
as in like talking to stuff.
No, moving.
Oh, moving. I
Like
thought it was
being a
conjuration.
commuter, you go from point A to point B. Commutation.
I thought that was conjuration from going from somewhere to another. Okay, cool.
No,
Like, so-
conjuration is like
Creating
producing
from nothing.
Yeah, producing
producing
something out of
something.
thin air.
well, the teleport spell is conjuration. But okay, cool. Commutation. So interesting. I'll have to try and figure out a little bit more. Then I might need more time with this with the chains, Brynjar. But that's going to be important.
Yeah, if you say the passphrase, it turns into a Honda Accord.
Mm-hmm. The password is tarnished.
All right. So
Ancient one.
we will. Does anybody else want to roll hit dice, or are you guys good?
Now let
Or
me start rolling mine.
I think
actually
we're
feel like
good. Yeah.
everyone
I'm
else
topped
is
off.
safe.
I've used all mine.
Okay. All right. So you guys get back on board your dragon buddies,
30,
Mm-hmm.
48.
and hang on just a second here. The new map tools, the new pages tools, is definitely much better, but it's still not there yet.
Not there yet, but it's an improvement.
Is
That's all I can ask.
it is a big improvement. So you guys get on your dragon buddy mounts
Mm-hmm.
and you make haste back towards Zambar, which only takes you really a couple of hours from where you are.
Yeah, we weren't too far from what I remember.
Okay.
Hmm.
Do-do-do-do-do.
So they drop you off at the gates,
Yep.
Thank you, Janusz and Patoro.
and they respectfully bid you farewell and tell you it was an interesting trip, and that they'll every time they think of you, they'll think of the knots on their head that they have
That was-
from
We
from when
killed
they
that guy.
from when they collided with the ground.
We have avenged your
Oh.
injuries.
Wormkiller Dave's like, are you sure you don't want any nourishment or anything before you go? Because after all,
And Patoro says, "Not gonna lie, we're probably gonna go eat some cows."
oh, okay.
You know,
By the way, here you go. And he basically hands him each a gold piece. You know, something to snack on while you go.
Wow, that is an insultingly low amount of money, Dave. Good job.
Well, look, hey,
and
hey,
Patoro
yeah,
looks at you and he's like, "You know, we don't actually eat gold, right?"
what?
No.
Oh, come on.
No, it's not a thing.
Must be some kind of like Dragon Slayer expert.
And he looks like he kind of
Why,
wants
what,
to.
what do you have all the
Good at killing something doesn't mean you know its culture and its dietary.
He kind of looks
Well,
like he
what's all the gold
wants
for,
to.
then?
He looks like he wants to
He's
say,
like,
you know, how dare you assume, but he doesn't. You know, he's polite.
Yeah. Well, Dave's like totally confused. He's like, well, what? He's like, well, what's all the gold for then? If you don't eat it,
Same reason people hoard it, I'd say.
Yeah, it's
well,
pretty.
that's silly.
It's pretty, and it feels good when we lay on top of it.
Ah,
Alright, maybe
so
not
it's
the
for
exact same
it's
reason,
for
but-
betting. Ah, okay. Oh.
Plus, we can use it to hire human services from time to time if we need it.
Oh. And Wormkill's like rubbing his beard like he's like, this is like a totally new revelation. He basically takes out, I should make a note of that. And he takes out a little journal and he like basically writes and it's like and scratches out something on the book and then scribbling something else. He says, good to know. And then he puts it.
Sometimes we hire services from other dragon kind,
Mhm.
like a pack drake, for example. They're
Oh,
like
yeah,
they're like little lawyers,
Oh, I kind of feel those before, you know. So,
and that's
Here,
actually from Tome of Beasts, I think, or one of the Kobold Press monster books. They actually have a tiny drake that literally its job is to like comb through contracts and make sure things are binding and everything.
That's
It's
pretty funny.
It is funny.
Morgan will furnace an give them an additional 200 gold each, and say, "Here's the rest of our party's contribution. Thank you very much for helping us get to our destination and back in one piece."
Thank you, and be well. Hopefully,
Likewise.
we will cross your paths again.
Take care.
And
See me whenever you're around.
we will. We will. If we hear you're in the city, we will try to come find you and say hello.
Thank you.
And with that, they fly off. These two NPC dragons that we're really spending way too much time with.
All right. Well, hey, they're a little richer now. I wouldn't have given them any gold except for an insultingly low amount of gold.
Here's a
Would've-
gold piece. Thanks for your trouble.
That
So
was still very funny, though.
you guys are at the gates. The guards are rushing you through. Brynjar, you recognize your one guard friend, whose name I can't remember now.
Yeah, I don't know his name either.
Did I write it down in the notes? I obviously did. Hang on.
He'll give him like a nod, you know, like, how's it going?
I can't remember. It bugs me now. I think his
Hey,
name.
isn't that your good friend Philo, Brynjar?
Philo? Philo. That was his
Philo.
name. Philo. Yeah.
I wrote it down.
Yeah. Philo
really?
looks at you and he's like, "Good to see you're alive."
Yeah, for couple of different times there, it was looking pretty grim, but mission accomplished.
Ah, he's
You may-
being modest. Brynjar is the scariest thing in this desert.
You missed it. We had a big day yesterday. Actually, I had a couple of executions.
Oh wow! Oh,
Was it
okay.
that assassin from the other day?
No, that guy got away.
Oh, what a shame.
No, it wasn't
Huh.
him though. Yeah, Amani was looking forward to interrogating that guy, but he was unfortunately he wasn't there when the guards went to retrieve him.
Well, who could have foreseen this?
And you guys recall, as he was being led to jail, he was actually explaining how he was going to do it.
Right, and you think they would have put up a better effort to stop him, but you know, Morgan's already expressed his opinions on the guards of this city, so he'll keep it to himself.
Right.
So, what is it you guys would like to do?
Say we head to Anwar's. I want a hot bath and a hot meal, and a month's
Yes.
sleep.
Yes.
We can find 2 of those over there.
Oh,
All right, so yeah, you head over to Anwar's, which hang on a second. I found the map we were using for that.
oh,
The new map searching tool brought to
eh,
you by the Roll20 team.
Well, I found the map we were using for it and the name of it, and I cannot remember the name of it now. I'm trying to find it.
Well, was it the name of the inn?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
All right, let me come up with some suggestions. The Humpless Camel.
No. We have it. That's what the map is.
I know. I'm
named.
just trying to. I'm trying to guess.
No, there's one in from campaign 1, the Dirty Back Door.
yeah, yeah. I remember that.
That was when you guys got into a
That
fight
was
in the
right.
slums. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
great
see. Where is
How
this
about
thing?
We hear
Oh
you.
yeah, we can hear you fine. Yep.
My my mic just popped in and out.
Yeah, it did go down a little bit, but yeah.
I think it's called the Exotic Mirage. Let me see if I can.
Remember that.
No, this is that was in another city. All right, yeah. You know what?
You know what? The sign with the name fell off, and no one replaced it.
Just come up with a cool name for this place. Because I have forgotten the name of Anwar's Inn.
Anwar's
Dusty
Hole.
Traveler.
We'll call it the Milky
Dusty-
Camel.
Oh, there we go. I like that. Milky Camel. There we go.
So as you head to the Milky Camel, Anwar comes up and is very excited to see. Oh, hello, my friends.
Mr. Anwar,
Oh.
always a pleasure.
Hello. How are you?
Dusty and full of
Tired.
sand.
And he does like he kind of. It looks like he's doing like a quick head count to make sure everybody is still alive and accounted for. And he looks at you, Brynjar, and he goes, "Oh, Amani wanted me to tell you that we're taking care of your owlbear.
Ah, Bert. Yes. Where is he?
He is in the courtyard inside the inn by the fountain.
Ah, fantastic.
We had to move him to the courtyard because he was getting a little. He's getting a little bit bigger now and is a little destructive with the furniture.
Yeah. That that usually happens when they grow up,
They grow up so fast, you know.
right? Little Bert growing up and destroying furniture.
But we are we have kept him well fed. He eats a lot.
Well, I'm back. I'll take him off your hands.
All right, very good. But yes, I'm sure he is looking forward to seeing you. Yes, please come inside. We will put together some food. We will draw baths and make sure that you are clean and fed.
Oh, fantastic.
Couldn't ask for anything more, Anwar. Thank you.
So he goes into the inn and starts yelling in Al-Karaki, at his daughters who start scrambling, and he yells out from the kitchen, "Do you want to eat first, or do you wish to bathe first?"
Both.
Bathe.
Bathe. Don't listen to Dave.
Bathe.
All right, and then
Listen to the
you hear him
grubby
yelling.
dwarf.
You hear him yelling back at his daughters again, and they rush out of the kitchens and head upstairs and start putting hot water into the basins so that you can bathe yourselves, you dirty heathens.
Mm-hmm.
So that takes about a half hour, but then they get your baths ready, and then they tell you that while you're cleaning yourself, they are going to be preparing your supper.
Excellent.
Best thing I've heard all day.
Right.
It's probably about
Dibs on the bath. Guy's bath first. Suck a fire.
It's probably about 4:00 p.m. at this point. So while you guys undress and bathe, it takes you. We'll say you probably take another half hour or so to wash up. Get all the sand, because there's a lot of sand. Get all the sand off of you, and then you can start to smell that dinner is ready. You can smell the juicy meat down below, and you realize that there's haunches of lamb probably waiting for you downstairs.
How long were we gone for?
You guys were gone for let me see. It was more than
It was
a
a
week.
couple days to fly out, right? And a couple days to fly back.
It was.
It was
yeah.
like three or 4 days to fly out, and then so it would have been another 3 or 4 to come back.
So like a week.
before
Some
you were
change.
before you were waylaid by Jackassery.
It wasn't Morgan this time.
So yeah, you've probably been gone around a week, we'll say. All right. So yeah, you guys have washed up. What do you want to do? You want to go downstairs and eat?
Oh yes, of course. Yeah.
I need to find Bert.
Yeah, Brynjar. As you come downstairs, you see that Bert's already kind of owlbearing his way, for lack of a better term, since I can't really say manhandling, because he's an owlbear, but he's kind of forcing his way through the back door, not breaking the door, but kind of bullying the door to get through, because he can smell the food, and you already see him like heading towards the table, and then he sees you and he gets all excited, and then he looks back at the table, and he looks at you like he doesn't quite know where to go, but he is larger now.
Okay. He'll, Bernard go give him a big old hug, a bear hug.
Okay, so where he's at now, he's probably like on the mid-level of like black bear.
Okay.
He's not like a grizzly size yet. Adult owlbears are actually larger than grizzlies, but he's not there yet. But he's a little bit bigger than you when you left him.
Buddy.
The fuck are they feeding him here? It's been a week.
Oh,
It's a growth spurt.
He has been eating most of the meat that we have. We are very glad you are back. Yes.
I don't know when we're going to be leaving. He might continue to. You might need to order more. Let me. We've going on my tab now, or
we have already ordered more. No, Our Lady Amani continues to pick up your tab for all of the great things that you have done for Pesia and for Al-Karak as a whole. But do not worry about that. The main concern is that before the next shipment of meat, yes, and the furniture, we may run out of furniture. We may run out of meat. That is a consideration. But if we run out of meat here, there's still meat in the city. He hasn't eaten that much, not yet, anyway. And Bert looks very happy. Looks very pleased with himself.
I'm a city boy. I've never seen an owl bear before. I met Bert. How big do they get?
Very big.
How very big? Like Noroko big, or?
No, not that big. But
you would
like Brynjar big.
Yeah, definitely larger than a grizzly bear, Brynjar.
Yeah, very large. Grizzly, if not maybe bigger.
You know what? I've never seen a grizzly bear either. Not too many of those in Limetown. We have a different kind of bear there, but it's mostly.
Well, wait a minute. Remember
the-
the bear? Remember the bear I basically. You saw the bear that I basically brought in before, so yeah. It gets as big as that, right? Yep.
Yeah, maybe a little
Okay.
bigger.
Oh, all right.
I
None
remember.
of us
Yeah.
know what bears are.
I summoned a bear last time
Yeah,
in the fight.
Yeah, when we fought
In the middle of a
The
dark
market.
cave while I was being flailed around by tentacles.
the-
Yeah,
what the-
I remember. Got a real good look with my one
Remember
good eye.
Remember, they plummeted into the ground hard.
yeah, they died very fast.
Well, they didn't. They didn't die. They just sort of fell from the sky, and
Oh.
they didn't.
Yeah,
take any
conjuring them in the middle of
damage or
water
anything.
was possibly a tactical choice, but
Bernier just holds his arms out wide, this big, very big.
it's pretty big. All right, well,
I could probably ride him.
oh, real big then.
Cool.
And Bert gets a look on his face like, "Oh, really?"
I'm not gonna. Ride. It's okay. I'm not gonna put a saddle
And Bert actually looks like he kind of nods.
on. He's like,
Well,
Right.
while
Almost,
reading this,
almost like he's saying, "Damn right, you're not going to ride me."
well, he used to ride you everywhere. He used to carry him around. It's only fair. Turnabout is fair play. But so what comes next for our little group? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've finished my business here with Kazi dead. Not that I don't like, this thing we got going on. Working for Amani's proven to be profitable, and all the same.
Well, I can tell you what I'm going to have to go do. I may have to be wandering off into the north. There are other dragons to slay, especially a big red, which I have not yet to encounter. So,
The Worm Killer's work is never done, is it?
oh no! After all, I got to have to. Oh, now that I actually, slain the big. Now that Big Blue is gone, I may go after some bigger game. I heard there's some swamp. He says, maybe I could try those swamps north there, or maybe the blighted lands. Yes, it's sort of a name. Oh, I heard there's some kind of a rust-colored one up there too that basically eats metal. Let's see.
Sounds horrifying.
Well, hey, so of course, hey, sometimes you gotta face your fears, laddie. And so I'm
It's
being
not- Not
I mean,
fears
I might-
as much as sensible precaution.
look. I mean, we faced them. We say some very ferocious things together. And I enjoy all your company. I think if we just say so, I might as well just celebrate with a good meal, and maybe tomorrow morning I'll be shoving off. I maybe have to shove off. After all, the great wilderness calls. But I
Well, we're
cannot.
sorry to
I
see you
can't-
go, Dave.
Oh, it's been a grand adventure with you, lads, and you too, Fire. By the way, take good care of Taj Waller there, because he may need it. And I want to basically give a toast to all of you. And he basically gets out a big old his big mug of beer, and he says, "To good compatriots, and may you live long and hearty lives, and all that." Well, I can't really think of anything words right now. I'm not much of a poet, but here's the yeah. And he basically just chugs the whole thing down in one gulp, slams it down. He says, "Ready me another." And so basically it's like, and so it's just like, yeah. And so it's just like, and he says to this guy, he says, like, "Oh, do we got any music or anything like that?" I mean, it's kind of like, we need some, you got any?
So you're asking Anwar?
Yes.
Dance,
Anwar,
Anwar, dance. Sing.
But some music, some lively dinner music.
So Anwar says, "Well, I have not played since I was young, but I still have my string instrument, for lack of a better
The
term.
balalakia or a sitar or something like that.
Yeah, I still have my sitar from my youth. Yes, one moment." And he runs off to get it, and he comes back with his sitar.
Our party's definitely less interesting without you around, Dave.
Aw.
Time together was brief, Dave, but unforgettable.
Oh, thank you.
And he plays some music for you. That's not unpleasant.
He plays the Thorny Mix latest hits.
Yeah, yeah. He's playing the Thorny Mix. Oh God, I used to have like a list of Thorny Mix songs prepared in my head.
Oh,
And
Sorry, he's doing.
remix song about Cal's mom.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Cal's.
what a deep cut.
I know it might be wrong, but I'm in love with Cal's mom. All right, so yeah, he sings this song, huh?
I'm back. What happened?
He's playing a Thorny Mick song. I know it's wrong, but I'm in love with Cal's mom.
That's good.
The callbacks on point tonight.
Love it.
A really fucking good one. Damn.
Yep.
You're not.
As the party enjoys their feast and their music, Morgan will bring it back up. I think after this, I'm gonna start heading back east and then make my way from the port cities to back west to Limetown.
Have you thought about what you're going to do with the, the clothing articles?
Well, technically, this is property of the Al-Kharaki government. Part of the reason I went out here was on a contract to retrieve it. So it's a nice little bauble, but it's not really my thing. So I'm gonna bring it back to Nadir's father. His name was Ahmed. He worked with the historical society, or at least he knows folks who do, through Nadir, his son. So return this to him, let him know, give him closure, and
also give him the head.
I don't know if I'm gonna give it to him. I think I'll probably give it to the Sultan. He can have it if he wants it, I guess.
Sultan wants the head.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah,
I assume I don't know if he wants the head. I think he just wants proof to give out the bounty.
yeah,
He
the
might have a
Sultan,
thing for heads.
The Sultan is the one that needed proof that Kazi was dead.
Yeah. He did behead a guy the first time I met him, so you know what? He might be a head guy. So.
By the way, are the items still rattling? Now that we're pretty close by.
Yeah, you can definitely tell they want to connect. Like whoever's wearing the necklace, Morgan, I think you're wearing the necklace. You can feel the necklace, like kind of almost like it's being drawn by a magnet towards whatever artifact is closest to it. Probably the robe, since you're sitting next to Taj. And
this thing's weird.
Brynjar, you can definitely feel the bag of holding with the chain inside it, acting like it's trying to, run over towards the others.
Who's got the slippers? The sandals, I mean. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Taj, you're kind of caught in the middle between Morgan and Pyre, and you can definitely feel like
it evens out, maybe.
The sides of your robes are trying to reach out to the necklace and to the sandals.
I wonder how Kazi dealt with it.
I hope that doesn't last.
When do we ever get that lucky?
May I give you all a little piece of advice? About those little things.
All right, spill, Dave.
Find a way to destroy them if you can.
Did you forget the part where this is property of the Al-Kharak government?
It doesn't matter. If they're doing that thing, if they're doing this, that means that I mean, I may not know much about the magic and all the stuff like Taj does, but I know that's not a good sign.
Taj, give me a history check. Continue, Worm Killer Dave.
I was just going to say, it's like, also let's just say I have a healthy distrust of the Sultan, or anybody who basically says that they want certain artifacts, because usually sometimes if they are powerful as they seem to be, somebody might, that's going to be quite tempting for them to use.
No,
this wasn't held as like a item of power. This was held as like a national treasure. It was in a museum before.
Yeah, Taj, you would know that the Sultan, as the head of the government of Pesha and Al-Kharak, he definitely is in charge of protecting their birthright artifacts and antiquities and whatnot, and yeah, not returning property that is his. Were he to find out, yeah, that's definitely something that he would probably
Would
cut
what
heads
would
off for.
technically be considered his?
Yeah,
His necklace, at least.
well,
Exactly.
they're considered his in that they're considered the country's.
Look, if we give one piece to him, fantastic. That's fine.
He becomes king of the pirates.
Sure. Yeah, if he does that, that's even better because that means that that's more separation of failsafe. Because
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they've had it for thousands of years, right? And only just now did Kazi murder his best friend to steal it, so
yes, sure the
I'm sure they'll take better care of it now. And if not, maybe they'll pay me to go after it again.
But now you have them
There you
all
go.
out in the open like this, yeah? Yes?
We're not thrilled about it.
we're probably going tomorrow to start shopping to start putting stuff away. So out
I'm
in the open
thinking-
is a interesting phrase. In the
And-
span of these items' lifetime, this is a memory of a shadow of a blink.
And I'll look to the brute and be like, I have a new spell where we can literally go to a different plane and hide these things.
Do you have that spell?
Fine plane for Morgan. Rick knows, but Morgan,
Plane shift.
oh, like the city of
Oh,
brass
Yeah,
before.
I have plane shift.
Oh,
we could do that. Well, it's
kind of seems like
we-
overkill.
we have to keep it in mind. One important thing is we were literally given this task by divinity. Although that going to another plane might be an idea to stow these away,
Like one
Maybe-
of them.
stowing one of them, I want to. Maybe we could put at least one of them here in Alcarak, where the gods can keep a really close eye on this.
And remember,
I mean, I plan to bring this back to the Sultan. Father's
Yeah.
tears. That's
and
one.
Maybe we can give one of them to that Sphinx, the traveler.
And we tried
no.
that before. He didn't want it.
You don't want it? Okay.
Remember
I
when
can
we?
take these back with me to the land of my people,
Yeah, it's pretty
the other
fucking
side.
far.
That probably
Yeah.
would be pretty good.
and we
and
can
I
watch over it.
sandals here in Alcarak because this is where I'm going to be living for the rest of my existence.
Are you
Well,
sure? There's
there
like a
is
whole
one thing
world.
to consider. The question of these Dune Lords.
Yes, we might want to consult.
Well, is Morgan to look at the journal from Kazi? Is there anything more about them?
Is Anwar still here?
Anwar is still here. Yeah.
Still playing the
While
best
he's
hits.
Hanging out. I'll ask Anwar. You seem to know a story or two, a lifetime. What do you know about the Dune Lords' folklore?
Give me a persuasion check.
Do you know any songs about them specifically?
Yeah.
No, persuasion. That's perception.
There we go.
So his sitar music stops, and he gets this terrified look on his face, like you just said, Voldemort. You know, around people who are afraid of the name. And he says, "Oh, my friends, do not speak of such things as here. Not in my inn, please."
The I'll rephrase then after. Well, these stories. Are there any who would know more of these stories?
Maybe we should consult with Amani.
The only one I can think of who might know more is Amani, yes.
That's what I figured.
I do not know if she would want to talk of such horrible things.
Let's hope she has the patience. Our fortune might be heading in the red.
I think she might want to be updated on our endeavors, and
I'm sure she's heard that we're
Success.
alive, maybe, but yeah, she's been a good friend to us. We should at least fill her in.
No, she she should be up to date on this stuff because anything that affects us seems to be affecting Zanbar as well.
I'm sure she'll want to say goodbye to Dave.
Oh, I'm sure.
And
Oh,
Bert.
of course.
Seemed close.
All right. And with that, we are going to end tonight's session. We will pick up next week with you guys saying goodbye to Amani. Well, or so you think. You know, we'll see.
We're basically wrapping up here. We're basically wrapping up. Yeah.
And yeah, we will pick that up next week.
Good.
Okay. All right.
Very good. Does anyone have any questions?
No. We're all good.
Uh,
Figure out
I
your
think
Star
we're good
Wars
right now.
characters. We're just gonna, run to the four corners, and that's gonna be it.
Back to the land of my people.
Back to the
Maybe.
land of my people.
Maybe. We'll see.
Hang on, let me.
See who's showing up.
Hmm.
To replace
Yeah, I'm
you.
sure that'll be it. We just end it next week. Everyone goes their separate ways.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how it's gonna be.
Yep. Next week, everyone just leaves.
All right, everyone, we're doing vampires now.
Yep.
Oh
yeah,
no, we're not
Toronto.
nearly ready for that kind of action.
Join us
Yeah.
next week for the final episode of Annals of Levis, the Heretic King.
Question mark? No, just kidding. All right.
So the no, the next thing we'll play is Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
I remember last year the idea was to play around Christmas time.
Well,
I know.
stuff happened.
We're close. We
Yeah.
are close to Christmas now.
I was about to say he meant Christmas
He didn't clarify
2024.
which Christmas.
Yeah.
So we're gonna all tragically die in a month. Sound good? Everyone
Yeah,
got that?
Yeah.
I
I'm
didn't
down.
I didn't say which Christmas.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah.
there you
He's
go.
playing the long game.
Uh-huh.
Good.
All right. Well, we will pick it up there next week. And thank you for everyone who stopped by on Twitch and
Oh,
everyone who's going to watch this later on YouTube. Also, hang on here. Mike.
Stay and neuter your pets.
So Johan, when Johan left, was level. Hang on.
10?
I think he was level. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what level he was.
He was level 8, and I can't see what his Hexblade Warlock level was.
I think it was because he was. I think he was at. He might have actually gotten to about maybe level
I think 10
5
total.
Warlock at that point.
We're gonna get going. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, take it
Adios.
easy. So let's see here. How many?
Oh,
hit
make sure to
dice?
bring your levels up this week.
He has 13
Yeah.
hit dice. So, well, that doesn't make any sense. If he has 13 hit dice, then he would be level 13. He's not level 13. Have you been leveling him while we've been going on? Mike?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay.
yes, I have,
never
actually.
mind then. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Then no,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So you don't have to
Yeah, I was
go
kind of
back and
tweaking.
worry about it.
So
later.
I was keeping track. I was keeping track of him the whole time. So,
Okay. No,
so
that's
I
fine.
got- Yep.
All
That's
right.
forward thinking, yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Very good. We will pick up next week then. And yeah. Good night, everyone.
See you.
Adios.
Night, guys.
Rue,
See
do
you
you
next-
want
see you
to
next
do you want to just get together before game time? Well, I mean,
We can do it. We can do it right now, Brynjar.
Yeah,
Okay.
level 2 is
All
not
right.
too bad for Ranger. So